EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll look to throw here. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refuse to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Well, this defense for the Cards, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. He had his eyes on 200 yards last week, earned an AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and he was really, really good. Fun to watch back in tape with you.
It was fun to watch, wasn't it? And he's trying to have the same type of a game in this one. But what was fun watching was how he read the defense. No matter what they presented, he had an answer for it, and that's why it was open during that game.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's flowing like clockwork right now for them.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. 2nd and 10. Play action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Chubb will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Play action. Now it's Lance. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. Second and 10 from the 25. Lance going to throw. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Tough running, but it only gets him to the 45. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off of play action, here's Lance. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Great play there. His 5th touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They're going to look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from the defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown. That's fine. Then going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. First and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Lance now to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
35 is the mark. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Mike 35, Mike 35.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets it to Cooks. But he is out of bounds inside the 35.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
7-7, our score after 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And to give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might well go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time he is in. A great effort there. Second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. taken at about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah,
there he goes left side. 20, 10,
Showtime,
5,
baby.
and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 76 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Lance. Got his man, it's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a play fake. Lance rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. It seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run.
I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big time, John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play action pass could very well be open.
Play fake. He'll look to throw. For the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, yes, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A run for Nick Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This go for the end zone. And oh no, it's incomplete. It's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off and it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is fielded at the 7. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Strip that ball. 35 to 30.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. He finds his man. Complete. It's Moore. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Now Lance. Looking left side, and it's complete. Hook up of 15 yards there. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Working from the gun. Lance trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Butker on for the PAT. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Run you over. 35 to Mike. 3 bucks, 3 bucks. 35, Mike, 35.
Throwing now is Lance. He finds his man, complete. That's Moore. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll start from their own 5, so you'd have to imagine they'll stay conservative. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. Shedding through the defense. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on out to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On play action, Lance. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him at the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 43 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 5. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Shotgun now for Lance. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Browns force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 26. 7. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now, and this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to pull it off the turnover.
The defense certainly did its best to get the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they'll have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now a handoff looking right. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Lance now on 1st down. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yeah, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. And now they'll throw with Lance. That is caught. It's Williams. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Lance looking to throw it. And that's complete to Cooks. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
For the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Throwing on first down is Lance. He'll buy some time right. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. Extra point forthcoming. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out of a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you've got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. Now left side on the swing pass. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up on 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Slayton.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Lance. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Lance to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Yeah, the question now, can they get closer on 3rd down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 172 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb scampering home from 19 yards out, and the Browns have moved out in front. Butker now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Lance. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down. And this is caught. He hits Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in there by Cooks. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Hands it off out of the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a handoff here to his running back. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Taking it about the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Cardinals, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.